speaking of something that's coming up, not too far along, I know this is something that I have on my bucket list of things I want to do this year. Just haven't got a chance to. The 45th annual Scarborough Renaissance Festival. This kicks off in Waxahachie. If you're not familiar, this is just south of Dallas. It's starting next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. And to give us a little bit more information about the whole event, because there is a lot that goes into it. 16th century English village celebrating the visit of King Henry VIII, his royal court, and other dignitaries. But there's also so much more than just the royal aspect. There you have jousts, you have birds of prey, you have these different exhibits, there's a whole mermaid lagoon, and so much more. I want to introduce to you, and I'm very excited to do so. Let me pull her camera up. This is Cherie Porras joining us now. You are a character actor for the Renaissance Festival.
Yes.
Tell me, before we really get into like the details of the festival itself, walk me through how you got involved.
So I blame my daughter for this because I had always gone to Booker T in Dallas, and I knew about Scarborough. I had friends that worked at Scarborough, but I never actually went down there until I was an adult. And I was taking her for the first time. We walked in, and it was so much fun, and you just really leave your everyday behind, that I started acting like I did back in high school. And my daughter was looking at me like, who is this woman, and where did she come from?
This isn't Mom.
Yes, but she loved it too, and so she started wanting to work there, and so of course I'm the taxi, so I was working there to do something with my time, and then we got into the acting. She auditioned first, and I was the taxi for her, and then I got into it myself because I love theater. So
the Renaissance Festival got you into acting?
It did.
Oh wow.
Well, not initially.
Okay.
I was at Booker T for acting, and
Okay.
But I had stepped away from it in my adult life. It got me back into it.
So your daughter helped you reignite that passion that you had
Absolutely.
for acting.
Absolutely.
So tell me about your character. And I'm going to pull out some pictures because your makeup and your wardrobe, everything about your character is stunning.
Thank you.
Introduce me to your character.
So I'm Queen Chikamharira of the Inri Kingdom. And her name means, please God, let me not fail, because I had a prayer for this character. But she is a representative of the Inri Kingdom, which was started in 900 AD. It is still a society today, so I try to represent it very respectfully. But it is a tribe that is as close to utopic as you can get. They're very against violence. They are one of the tribes in Africa, in West Africa, that really takes care of the land, takes care of and respects other people, and just a lot of traits and cultural practices that were worthy of imitation.
I know the Renaissance Festival, Scarborough, does a really good job of trying to stay true to the history as much as they can. Did you pull from history? You were telling us this story. I mean, you clearly did your research on
Yes.
the character. Do you feel that your character has evolved over time and trying to stay true to the history? Is that something that helps you a little bit with crafting?
I literally do research through the year, all year, and am constantly adding more information because my show that I do, I tell stories for the first half, a morality tale, and then I teach Renaissance era African history. And
cool.
so I really get into that. And so I'm constantly adding to my knowledge base because I open it up for questions, and I never know where those questions are going to lead me.
Right, and you got to be prepared for
I got to be
whatever.
prepared for whatever, yes.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of research and a lot of scholarly research on African history, particularly in Inri Kingdom and Igbo culture.
In your research, has anything kind of surprised you about the history?
Well, for this particular culture, it surprised me how nonviolent they were. They never had a standing army, and that is almost unheard of for any culture.
Right.
But they were so respected that no one bothered them. They were very much a live and let live type community. Like I said, they're very utopic
Right.
in the way that they respected other people and continue to do so to this day.
Because when you think of the 16th century, you're thinking jousting, sword fighting, and all this. You don't think of that utopian era. Do you think this adds richness to the life of Scarborough.
Absolutely. It adds perspective. A lot of people hear about the Black Tudors and things like that, and we do have people that portray that, but you don't hear about the fact that there are other cultures, not just in Europe, because most of the Renaissance Fair is very Eurocentric.
Right.
And that's perfectly fine. I fell in love with them that way myself, but that's why I created this character, was to broaden the horizon and introduce more of the world to the Renaissance Fairs.
I think that's so neat and so interesting. So, how long have you been doing not only the character, but also this performance, this storytelling aspect?
So I have been doing this character since just after COVID in 2020,
Oh, wow.
2021.
Okay.
And she has come alive. The storybook aspect, I tell the tales, and I have different layers. Sometimes I go to like the library and I'll tell them myself. Sometimes, like at Scarborough, I have a troupe that acts them out for me.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I'm narrating and they're acting it out, and we include the audience, so it's very interactive and it's a lot of fun.
And I know that with Scarborough, there are tons of stages, tons of performances. For someone who has never gone, what is a performance you would suggest is a must-see?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many.
And I know there's like all different themes and everything else, and we can get into that, but what is the one you would say, oh, you gotta see this troupe?
So we have, I don't know if I could say just one, but I know we have Jacques the Whipper,
Okay.
the Whipper. Yes, the Whipper. Sorry, I slid into accent there for just a moment. Where he's very viral on TikTok, so he's there for limited engagement. There's Fortress Dwellers who have just become viral on TikTok as well.
Oh, wow.
And they are awesome. I mean, I can't just pick one. There's
I know, it's
awesome
so tough.
acts.
And
So
I'm
many
sure,
awesome acts.
you know, with those who continue to come back time and time again, because you almost create a family of a community of not only the vendors, but everyone who have their acts and, you know, their set performances. Do you think social media has helped gain popularity, or how do you feel about the social media aspect of it all?
I think it has helped a lot. It engages people, especially this generation now that's very much into TikTok and threads and different things like that. And they have really amped up visibility for a lot of the acts, which encourages them to come out and see us in person. And I love the social media aspect. I am terrible at it, but I love it.
I am too, believe me. But so you know, the big key things I think of with the Renaissance Fair is the vendors, the shopping, the shows, and the food.
Yes.
And y'all got some good food.
Oh my goodness.
At Scarborough.
Scarborough has the biggest selection of food on a stick that I think I have ever come across, and they're all good. From the turkey legs to they have fried macaroni on a stick.
Didn't know you could put that on a stick.
I know, but it's there and it's wonderful. There's just tons of food. I have my favorites. I try to stay hydrated while I'm out there. Please, people, if you're coming out, stay hydrated.
So that's a must do.
That is a must do.
You need to stay hydrated.
Yes.
How do you feel about folks who dress up for the event?
Oh, it is so much fun. It adds to the fun
Oh,
if
yes.
you dress up, and we will interact with you as whoever you dressed up as. It is. Please bring out your best. We want to see it.
Oh, I love that. Now, is there any tips or tricks for folks who do dress up? Because you mentioned you got to stay hydrated. We're getting
yes.
into April. It can be a little bit more toasty. What tips do you have, or little things that helps you stay cool?
I would say definitely stay hydrated. We have our safety services in different places like that. So there are places you can go. If you get a Friends of Fair pass, then we have stations where they provide free water and Gatorade and a place to sit down in the shade. And that is something that we offer to our season ticket holders.
Okay.
So that is definitely worth it, especially if you plan on coming out multiple times. But for the amateur just coming out, just make sure that you dress in layers. Don't think that you have to stay in costume all day, because we practice and we acclimate to it. If you're thinking that you need to take a break or something like that, please, by all means, take off a layer.
Okay, so there are a few questions that popped in my head here. When you said practice, what does that look like? Are y'all there at the festival grounds, rehearsing and kind of walking through, getting the lay of the land? Walk me through that process.
So we definitely are there on the grounds, and by about halfway through, we are fully in costume in order to acclimate to the costume itself and being out there all day, and find out what works, what doesn't, fix things. But we are taking classes on language, dialect,
Oh, cool.
how to interact with our guests, and basically make them remember how to play and have fun. We study history. The acting troupe really is there to create a 16th century village for you, and they have put a lot of work into their characters in order to bring that to life.
So a lot of love.
Yes.
A lot of care going into this to give this full experience. I really think that adds so much to this whole, like, yes, you go in to have fun and everything else, but it's the oh gosh, the words I'm trying to find, the distraction from real life, allowing you to live this fantasy.
Yes.
That is so cool. Out of all of the different attractions, the jousting, what do you say is, again, a go-see?
The joust is amazing. It's full contact. I love going to the joust. There's 3 during the day.
Okay.
And it's a continuing story, so each one is different.
Oh, okay.
So that is a lot of fun.
And when you say full contact, what does that mean?
That means that they're actually using their swords. It's not just the swords meet and kind of tink. No, they are full out going. They have rehearsed it to where
Gotcha.
they are full on contact. When they're jousting with their horses, they are actually jousting against their shields. It's a lot of fun. It's very energetic.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, with we've seen movies, we've seen medieval times where jousting is happening in front of you. That energy. Have you seen any uh-ohs or?
Oh yes, there's some uh-ohs.
Okay.
There've been some uh-ohs. Thankfully, none too major.
Okay.
But uh-ohs happen.
And that's why y'all have
That's
medical
right.
staff there on
Yes.
hand. You did bring up earlier, and it just jarred my memory, the season pass holders.
Yes.
What does that look like? And what
So,
does that all encompass?
The Friends of Fair, they get preferred parking. Again, they have the places inside of the fair that are just for Friends of Fair, where they have beverages and shade, where they can come in and
Kinda take a break
Kind of
from it
take a
all.
break. I believe they have front load a line where they come in. So they get ahead of the lines and things like that. So just a few perks here and there for season fair holders.
So we also brought up earlier the themes. How do the characters, including your character, kind of adjust to each theme? Because there's like Celtic weekend, there's Barbarian weekend. Explain them all a little bit for us.
So we have, there's fantasy weekend where you have the fairies and things like that. You've got the not aquatic, pardon me, what's the word I'm looking for? Nautical weekend for your pirates and your mermaids and things like that to come out and have fun. But as far as the characters, we don't necessarily adjust the character to each theme per se, but we do take into account that theme. So for myself, I love playing with the pirates because as a dignitary that has come over with King Henry to the village, I came by ship. So then I'm going to play with, who are the pirates? Maybe I want to go board one of their ships. Well, how big is your ship? We have a lot of fun. And so we just decide to play with whoever is, however they come out, whatever character they're playing, we're going to play with you.
Are there specific characters that come out just for the themed weekends, or how does that work?
I think there are characters that the patrons come
Okay.
and they play, but as far as the cast itself, our characters are static. We keep those same characters the entire time.
So it's more of you're allowing the guests to add that element.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
absolutely.
What do you think is your favorite theme out of it all? Is it the nautical, or is there a few others that have found a good spot in your heart?
I love the fairy weekend simply because the kids enjoy it so much. And watching the little girls and even little boys come out and they create their own little characters and seeing how much fun they have, that to me, that makes it all worth it. We do like a children's knighting ceremony and I get a
precious.
chance to talk to the kids one-on-one and then knight them. And that is one of my favorite things, is seeing what characters they come up with and letting them really exercise that imagination. That is so much fun for me.
Right, because this is supposed to be a ground for cultivating creativity.
Absolutely.
And to inspire and distract from whatever's happening outside of the festival. Oh, wow. Is there anything that we have not touched base on that you think is important for us to know going into the Renaissance Festival week season.
Well, I would say that we have not talked about the fact that this is the 45th year.
That's right.
And there are a lot of things that are new this year.
Okay.
Our Joust Arena is new.
Oh, okay. So it's like
It's
fully revamped.
Fully revamped. We've even got some premium seating, so definitely want to look online for that because
Okay.
that's absolutely new and it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of things on the grounds are new. We have the King's Jubilee, which is an event for the 45th year, and there's lots of souvenirs and things like that that comes with that.
Okay.
So there's just a lot of things going on as far as we have the King's Dungeon,
Ooh.
which is a new attraction where you can go and it's a walkthrough, self-guided, go through justice in the 16th century.
Oh, fun.
Yes, and then we've got the haunted castle, of which this is also a returning event, and it's also self-guided, and you can go through the castle and walk through that. So there's a lot of things that are new this year,
Okay.
and I'm really excited to see how that turns out.
The Haunted Castle, is that kind of a playback into Scarborough Hollow?
I don't know if it is a playback into the Hollow per se, because it's more of a self-guided tour through
Okay.
the castle itself.
Okay.
And I think it's highlighting things in the 16th century that the more of the spookier elements of the castle and what the castles would have been like, but it is not quite a throwback to the Hollow.
Gotcha. Okay. And so, one more time, date, time, location, registration. Walk us through it.
So Scarborough starts on Easter weekend, April 4th through May 25th. So it's Saturdays and Sundays and Memorial Day Monday. And it starts at 10 a.m. in the morning. You definitely want to get there to get parking. And it starts at 10 a.m., ends at 7. And we look forward to seeing everyone there.
Well, Cherie, thank you so much for coming in. I have been geeking out about this all morning. I'm so excited that you came in. And go have fun, go escape, go find your story and be creative.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing you.